Alhamdulillah wa salatu ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We're still in fiqh of marriage. Last time we talked about the art of parenting. Today we'll continue in parenting also. And I will speak just a little bit, and then we'll receive questions, inshallah, about the parenting like last time, or anything about marriage we talked about before. So one of the most important issues nowadays is the gap generation between the parents and their children. They speak different languages. Because of the lifestyle we live in, this generation is the generation of .com. When I raise, there's no internet, we play outside. Nowadays, this is a different generation. They speak reels and memes. We speak lectures and warnings. So we are different. There's different language here. There's a gap. So how can we deal with this, for example? Number one, the parents should understand the reality. You know, there's no doubt that parents love their children. Love is there. But just the signal is lost because they don't know the reality. So that's why the world we live in speed, your children, the material they see in their phone in 1 week is more than what I saw in my entire life. Algorithm speak louder than you as a parent. Influences, friends are their teachers. So that's why you have to understand the reality first. I'll give you some examples that these different languages. So imagine a father came and his son play games. So the father straight away, this game will destroy your life. The child feel defensive. Instead, oh, can you show me this game? I don't understand this game. Can I have one round? Can you tell me how you play this game? Sit and learn. And after that, set the rules. Let us agree. Salah, family times, homework first, and then 1 hour in gaming. So, delve in the world and then set limits. Or another example of a 15-year-old daughter with hijab. So a mom came to pick up the daughter from the school. You are embarrassing us. Why you won't wear hijab properly? So now shut down the conversation. Instead, if the mother say, I love you, I'm very proud to be your mom. Can you tell me about the challenges you face at school? What make hijab hard at school? Now you shift the language. You listen, you open the heart, you validate the pressure, and you discuss the why of hijab with love. Relationship first and then rules. If you understand this type of language, and the main point here is relationship first. As we said last time about Luqman, Ya bunay, Ya bunay, Ya bunay. Build love first, unconditional love. That relationship more important than rules. If they don't know why, that's why the rules will burden them. They will be very heavy for them. So that's just an example. So for example, another example, if the child now is pray sometimes became lazy, so the father came, you are lazy, fear Allah. Instead of that language, you know when the father said, when I was in your age, I struggled too. Let us go do it together. Let us go to the mosque together. I will wake you up gently in Salatul Fajr. We'll try, we'll fail, we'll try again, but we'll do it. We'll make dua together. Try to build that. Don't just show them the path. Walk with them in that path. These are just some examples that necessity of that nowadays the parents should try to understand the reality. It's very important. And it's a message for all the children. No one on this earth will love you more than your parents. No one. Their harshness sometimes just out of love, because they care about you, because they love you, they want you to be the best. But sometimes they don't know the best way for that. So, to understand the languages, the realities is very important. To set limits at house is very important. So, for example, when we are in the dinner table, for example, when we have our lunch or any meals, there's no phones. No devices at the rooms overnight. So there's limit at home. But we should explain that limits before we set it. These just some ideas. There's a lot of issues here in this, but last time I will promise that I will just speak a little bit. And it's your turn, inshallah. It's about parenting or anything about the marriage we took before, inshallah. Bismillah. Yes. Hassan, how are you? It's a long time ago. Go on. Live.
Like before they reach school age, I think when it's like 4 years old, is it okay for parents to leave them at daycare?
You mean nursery, for example?
Yeah, like
okay.
It's not school, it's daycare.
Okay. Is it okay for the parents to leave their children in daycare in the morning, for example? Why they leave them for that? Because usually they are busy.
Yeah.
Okay. If the both parents are working nowadays, yes, this is now necessity. That's why I said before in this series, for all the new spouses, when you have your first child, you have to sit down and set the plan. Who will take care of this child? It's a message for all my daughters, all my sisters. When your first child comes, your child needs you. It's very important to reduce the hours of job, or if you can pause of that job for a couple of years, is very important. No one can replace the mother. The child need you, especially from when he born till the 5 years old. This is very important for upbringing. If there is necessity, yes, but when they come back then they have to give quality time to their child. If the parents of the wife or the husband are there, they can seek help also. And that's the benefit of our families in back home, that everyone is there, can help in that. Here, maybe you don't have your parents here, so that makes it difficult. So if it's necessity, yes. If not, then I always said, for the sisters especially, when you have your first child, your child needs you. Yes. For the sisters, you can ask the question. They will come to the mobile phone here. Yeah.
Last time you briefly
Okay, yes. When you called your child a bad nickname that will affect him or her psychologically, sometimes immensely, if he's sensitive, don't ever call your child a bad nickname. For example, some parents, if the child has a big head, for example, or a big noise or something, that's disaster, guys. And also you just here criticize what? The creation. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is the creator. Sometimes you just, when he love one character in cartoon, you choose the worst character in cartoon and you call him that character, for example. Sometimes he's just swearing. Sometimes just, there's a lot of bad nicknames here. What we have to know, that the children that are now still in the process of development, sometimes we just throw a word and we don't care about it. And we don't know the effect of that word. That's why choose your words carefully. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he never called someone a bad nickname. Not his grandchildren, not any one of his companions. Instead, he used to change the name if the name is bad. If someone has a bad name, Rasulullah will change his name. Why? He always say, choose positive names. That when you name that child, will be very proud of that name in front of his circle, for example. And not just that nickname, you have to send the love language. Ya bunay, oh my beloved son. Oh my darling. Oh my, very important. Don't underestimate this. You know, many of these things, they grow with the child, and then he become adult, and he get married, and is still there, the effect. So may Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala guide all the parents to the best way of upbringing. Yes? Yes, nowadays there is a type of depression. Some women, not all of them, some women go through that type of depression after they give birth, after she give birth. Number one, for the husband, just read about it. You know, when your wife become pregnant, that's a new chapter of your life. So you need to educate yourself about that. You will become a father. So every chapter of our life we go through, we need to educate ourselves about that chapter. And this now, pregnancy is one of the most important chapter here. How I can deal with my wife in pregnancy, what I will expect, what change it will happen in her hormones and all of this. I heard that there is a depression after she give birth. What's that? How I can deal with it? We need just to educate ourselves about that. Because it's just a new chapter to how to deal with that. And nowadays, knowledge are accessible. We just need to pay attention and read about that. Yes, Shane. There? Like, okay. Okay. Some parents in some traditions are very strict with the study. You have to study. You have to do all your homework. Sometimes you have to choose that specific subject. You have to go to that specific faculty. You have to be a doctor because your father is a doctor and your uncle is a doctor. And all our family are doctors. You have to. Is that right in upbringing? No, that's not right. In my opinion, pay a lot of attention to study, especially when that is go with less attention in religious matters. That will send a message to the students that the most important thing in this worldly matters. So, number one, set the priority. Religion is number one. If your child has a lack of prayer, for example, you should pay attention to this. That's more important than his studying. That's deen over dunya. Number two, you have to understand that your children are not the same in their capability. Some of them very intelligent. Some of them are intelligent but in different way. Some of them is good in studying, some in good in social intelligence, some in good in creativity, some in good. They have different talents. So don't force all of them to study and have the high grades, all of them. Is that the definition of success? If he doesn't target that high grade, that means he is not clever? No, at all. But they are just different. We have to understand that. And when your child choose a subject or go to faculty because you force him or her, he will not succeed in his life in that level. Because he do it just for you. Let them choose what they want, what they find their passion in it. Very important. And always try to praise the effort, not the result. Okay, if you sit down for studying, appreciate the effort. The result is from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Maybe they are not different in that level. So if he bring a bad result, don't make a big issue and no, because he did his job. He made effort. The result is from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. But the main point here is send a message of your children that religion is the most important for you. If they always have commitment with their salah, they respect their parents, they have this socializing with the ulul arham, with the kinship, they have good education about the seerah of Rasulullah, the names of Allah, appreciate that. Anything else is less than that, just details. Anything is details. Yes. Salatullah.
Many parents, they'll send their kids one day the message of Quran, next day Arabic, next day youth club. How can they find the balance between spending time with them and not relying on the message to do everything?
He asked about some parents, they send their children after they came from school to the masjid for a long time, or sometimes for the club, sometimes for different activities. And how can they make balance between spending time with children and delegate the task to the mosque? Okay, we live in Western country here. It's very hard to have your time management here, especially in weekdays. Many of us, they send their children to the madrasa straight away after. So I would say just have a balance. Number one, maybe the weekend is the time where you give your time to your children. That's why it's very important for the father to find a time in the weekend, for example, that to sit with your children or take them to the park. It's not about education, it's about involvement. You know, the most important thing for children is belonging. That's the most important. Friends for them is just life or death. Why? Because they search for belonging. If the house is all about rules, then they will look for belonging in elsewhere. So I would say manage your time, and whenever time you have, make it quality time. No phones, sit with them, try to build that love, try to ask them about their problem details, try to praise their talents, try to make a competition between them, quality time. Okay, masjid now or in club, I have to assess also which is more beneficial. Can I teach them in the house? If that will be maybe better, or the mosque is better, just choose the better for them. But whenever time you have, make a quality time. We have in this country, sometimes after every 6 weeks, we have 1 week off, sometimes 2 weeks off. That's essential for parents. Try to manage your holidays from work or job with those times, with the time of your children. If there's 1 week off, you should off. 2 weeks off, you should off. As much as you can. Because these are essential to spend time with them. Allahu Alam. Yes? Sorry? They disagree with the wife?
They always say that their opinion.
Okay. 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 How you deal with parents if they always think they are right and they don't want any negotiation? May Allah bless them. Okay. Some parents are a bit difficult, a bit stubborn. They never made mistake in their life. They're always right. What they say always out of wisdom. So how can we deal with them? Okay, number one, never disrespect your parents, regardless their stubbornness or their don't disrespect. This is red flag for any, because this is Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala told us to be good to them even if they force us to be non-Muslims. And there's nothing beyond that. So no disrespect. Number two, try to find, if you need to send them this message, for example, look for when they are in a good mood. Don't speak with them. Don't negotiate when they are very angry. No, just remain silent. Wait for a time when they are in good mood. Try in that time and be careful with your words. If it doesn't work, try to intervene someone else. Speak to your mother, for example, and let your mother send the message on behalf of you. Oh, I love you, I love my father so much. I just want him to listen to me. I know he has more wisdom, more everything, but I want him just to listen to my argument. If it doesn't work, go to the imam of the local mosque. He can speak to the father, for example. So try to do to send that message. Very important for the father. I think when you come to any of these, they speak with the father, that will help. Okay, if all of this doesn't help, then it depends to your age also. If you are still not adult, be very patient. If you are now adult and you go to university, and then we'll see if your father forces you to do something. When you are adults and your father forces you to do something which is, you don't have to do it. In Sharia, you don't have to obey him, but you have to respect him. Send him a message by the phone. Father, this is, for me, is very difficult. I respect you. I love you so much. So try to make any avenue. But the main point, no disrespect. But try to have someone on behalf of you. Usually mums or imam local or one of his good friends. Or when I was in another country, I faced several cases just like this. They came to me and I speak to their fathers. Some of them are, alhamdulillah, they changed. Some of them are very stubborn. So may Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala facilitate that for you. And dua. Dua is very important. Yes.
How do you raise a son compared to a daughter? Nowadays, there's this sort of impression that you should be very harsh with your son and you should be very easy with the daughter to spoil her and things like that.
So he said, there's a mentality that you have to be very strict with your son and very lenient, we can say, or easy with your daughter. Okay, very harsh with your son, that's a big word. Harshness is not good. But strictness is good. I would not say be harsh at all, but be strict.
A lot of fathers, they are harsh with their son and they feel like it builds character.
Okay. Some fathers say that when you are harsh with your son, that will build his character, because my father was very harsh with me. Okay, we have to understand that the way maybe their fathers treat them, that doesn't, and they now become, alhamdulillah, adults, and it's not necessarily the best way. And I'll tell you, many people I face in the counseling, that they're adults and they go through this type of adult, they have a lot of psychological problems. That's in their unconscious. Because sometimes the harshness in some back home go with the humiliation, with, in a way, I don't think this is the right way for parenting. But the problem is, we live in different lifestyle. That's the problem here. We need strictness, no doubt. But strictness just with setting rules. Setting rules, but explain that rules for teenagers. If you do these two things, set the rules. Without rules, there's no tarbiyah. But the only gateway to rules here is to explain that. Show love and explain the rules at it's out of love. For example, as I said, there is no mobile phone in the rooms overnight. There is no mobile phone in the meals, for example. There is this time when you go back home to the house. There's rules is very important. Salah is priority, all of this. But I think sometimes we don't explain the rules. We don't build the love. And the only way we deal with our children is rules, 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 rules. So no belonging here, no love.
On a general level, is there any like other differences in the way you raise a daughter compared to a son?
Yes, because they are different. But that's another topic. That's another topic, yes. But just I can say one word, that love is very important, but but your daughters need love more than your sons. The way you show love should be massive, because that's the nature of the females, that they want to feel that love. If they don't feel it from their father, then they will look for it in someone else. So that's very important here. Yes. Okay, so when he said that, when the sons specifically, or they become adults, they always be stubborn, and they try to raise their voice, they try to say no to their parents. But when and majority of time, when the father says something, they will obey, but when the mother says something, they will disobey. Okay, number one, we have to understand that when a person become adults, there's a lot of change biologically, psychologically, in their body, in their brain. Sometimes this is not rebellion. This is just a change of from childhood to adulthood. He wants to raise his voice not because disrespect. No, because I became adult. That's the message. If we understand message, then we should tackle the issue from different angle. Because when you interpret that straight away as disrespect, you react it in wrong way or different way, as we said. But when you say, oh, this now just, and the evidence of that is just a specific time. After that, everything will be okay. So that specific time is very sensitive. We have to learn or how to deal with it. So number one, he is now want to build himself. He want to show his opinions, because he's now adult. He will ask a lot of questions and doubt even the foundation of the faith, because he want to build his faith out of evidence. He want to say no, because he want to say, I am adult now, I will take my decision by myself. But the way he show that is different, so show disrespect. We have just to teach him or her about this. Sit with him, or my adult. The way you deal with those type of age is different than children. Number one, you have to argue with them. Listen first. Invite him or her to a restaurant or cafe and sit down and listen first. Listen attentively. Very important for teenagers. They want someone to hear them. Listen. Then, number two, start that discussion with clarifying a lot of things. Yes, you become adult. I really appreciate your opinion, but let me explain for you this. Let me explain for this. Then have a plan together. Have a plan, will set these rules out of respect, all of these things. So this is just, the way we deal with teenagers is just because they are become adults. That's something nature, in our nature. The last point here, why they don't listen to their mothers. Because also that's another also, especially sons, when they about to become adults, they, in their masculinity, they thought, no, I can't listen to anyone. That just so, the mother should, that's the significance of presence of father. You know, sometimes the mother just say, okay, I will leave it with your father. That's it. That word can fix the problem. That's the significance of presence of father in the life of people, of children, especially when they became adults. May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala guide us. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, when you set rules in your home and then the child go to the aunties, or the aunties is okay, the problem is the grandfather or grandmother. They spoil the child. Okay, I would say this is just sometimes. So when the number one, if they are grandfather, grandmother, be careful with your words. Respect your parents. Number two, I would say it's not something always, it's just sometimes. They set the rules, they just come, it's just 1 day or 2 days, and it will finish. Inshallah ta'ala, yes. The second thing is to have a conversation with your brothers or sisters, with the aunties or uncles. Have a discussion with them about upbringing, about setting rules, about all of this. That will help them and will help you in the same time. Yes. So, remind me, 7 is your son? I didn't know this. I know in different way. I know it in different way. Okay. Okay. Okay, he said that the age of child is different. You know, the first 7, the children up to 7 years old, you can set the rules. You don't have to explain the rules because they just follow the rules for them. But the most important is rules. But don't change the rules here and there. You'll confuse them. Clear rules make their life easy. But when they are in the second 7, from 7 to 14, when you set rules, try to explain it. Because now they become, why become now more than how? After 14 years old, be friends. That means take them to the cafe, discuss with them, appreciate their opinion, listen to them, treat them as adults. I think there's a question from the sisters. How do we encourage our spouses to be good role models to children, especially young boys? For example, praying, teaching salah, phone habits, attending the mosque. Okay, that's very, very important question, my sister. That the most important rule in tarbiyah is to model what you want to see. Model what you want to see. If you want them to be very religious, then be very religious. If you want them to steadfast on salah, be that person. Go with them to the salah. Let them show you always pray nawafil at home. A class of Quran daily, or the names of Allah, the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, together, that's very important. So we are human beings. And in our childhood, we learn a lot just by imitating our parents or imitating other people. So be a role model for them. If you are not, then don't blame them because you didn't fulfill that. Just model what you want to see. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that the best place for a man to pray is at home, except obligatory salah. أفضل صلاة الرجل في بيته إلا المكتوبة. The best place for men to pray at home, except obligatory prayers. That means your nawafil, your sunan, your voluntary salah, make it at home. Why? Let your children to see you. It's a good chance to teach them. It's a good chance after that 2 rak'ah of nafila to sit down and pick Riyadh al-Salihin or the names of Allah or the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Role model is very, very important. And to be a role model, they need your presence. absent father kill the upbringing. Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Jazakallah khair. It asks about the schooling and segregating or homeschooling. My plan is to talk about that in details in the next episode, inshallah. We'll talk a lot about what is better, homeschooling or not homeschooling, and when. We have three choices. We have the normal schooling, we have the Islamic schools, we have homeschooling. What's the pros and cons of all of this? What the challenges? It's just the opinion of the parents, but my job is just to open your eyes about the challenges of every single aspect here, or what's the decision is up to you. But when we talk about homeschooling or Islamic studies, we have to talk about it in the whole picture. Not just, oh, I know someone who go to homeschooling and Bismillah. No, homeschooling now for a while, Islamic schools for a while. Then we should have some statistics, some analysis about this, not just by one experience or two experience. Inshallah, we'll talk about this next week. Inshallah. Next week is the last day, one in parenting. Yes. Relatives or community or both? Okay. What's the obligation of relatives in raising the child? Sometimes they just interfere without permission or... Okay, number one, first of all, many of the relatives, they will not ask you. They will involve straight away. Do they have any obligations? The upbringing is the job of parents. The upbringing is the job of parents themselves. If the relatives want to interfere, just if they are positive. But if they try to interfere with bad effect, the parents have the right, Islamically, to stop them kindly, gently, all of this. But relatives, if they involve in positively, they are very important. Because you can't be with your children all the day. In the time of Rasulullah or Sahaba, or in our time, just in when I grew up, for example, the relatives they did play a big job in upbringing. Because that time everything is easy, life is easy. Nowadays, I would say, as we said before, that it's very important to have a discussion with all relatives, especially those who live with us in the same city, especially those the children will go and they will spend the time with them, especially those who have the same age, the children have the same age of my children, for example. It's good to have that discussion together. What about your rules? How do you set the rules? What about my rules? What do you think about this? So that will help all of them to be in the same page. Will be no contradiction. But if some of them try to interfere in a negative way, we have to sit with him and say, it's not your duty. Yes. What if there is different approach between husband and wife? Husband very strict and wife very soft, or opposite. That's all can happen. That's normal, but big problem. Discussion again. Okay, the red line is just set the rules. So, for example, if I say something no to the child, one of them, that means it's no. So if he or she go to the second spot, the second parent, and they say yes, then there's no rules here. And the children are very clever, and they will know when So that will destroy the rules, especially if the rules is about the priorities, about something red flags at home. If something normal or flexible, that's fine. But I would say again and again and again, it's discussion. It's that gathering with both spouses about upbringing, about the methodology, about the approach, about the plan, about the rules. Very important. Some of the spouses don't like this because they think that the upbringing is just like in back home. They don't know of this big radical change in our lifestyle nowadays. It's a big change. So need both of them to support each other with this. Then the children will not confused by these rules. So, for example, if they agree with something and he will go to the mother, for example, or one of them, he will pretend, oh, I understand you, I will try to make it, inshallah, but let us talk to the father. Throw it on the father. And you agree both, you'll say no. But you have to play it in a very good way sometimes. So the more you discuss together, the more the upbringing will be very easy. Yes. Sorry? أعوذ بالله. أعوذ بالله. Okay, some parents, may Allah guide them, they make dua against their children. So does that, does Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala accept that always? No, it's not always. Prophet ﷺ said, لا توافقوا ساعة يستجاب فيها. Prophet said, don't do dua against your children. You may align with a time where Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala accept the dua. Because there's certain times Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala never, Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala always accept dua in that time. So he said to the parents, be careful. You love your children, so don't make dua against them. So the rule is not every dua of parents Allah will accept. Not all the parents are awliyaullah. We have to understand this. Not all the parents are awliyaullah. So not every dua Allah will accept because the parents are the one who dua. But when they make dua, that's a big problem. That's a big risk. Because maybe they come in a time that Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala accept. And they will regret after that. So make a dua always towards your... What if they make dua against him and then the child is so pious? So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is... So it's just a warning of parents, don't make against dua. But it doesn't mean necessary that every single dua Allah will accept. Okay, same thing. Yes. I think, sister, we respond to this question before. Yes. Yes, last 3 minutes. Yes. Something in between. What do you mean? Okay. There's argument between them and then? أنا مش قادر أسمعك. I can't hear you. It's difficult. I have a problem with the hearing. Between the parents themselves, the father and the mother. Okay? Okay. 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 It depends to the age of the child also. Okay. What if there is a clash between the parents in front of the children? That's a big problem. That's a big problem. So that's why I always say to the spouses, don't argue in front of your children. Don't ever, never argue in front of your children. That affects children a lot. Don't argue. If you have argue, go outside or in your room, but don't show that to your children. What if that happened? What's the response of the child? It depends to the age. If he's very young age, they just will affect him and or her. If he is adult now, no, he should do something. Either ask a wise man, either the local imam, or seek counseling about fiqh. Try to do something for that. But sometimes if he himself or she herself interfere, that will make the problem even worse. But they should do something by interfering a wise person between them. But yes, that affects children a lot. Subhanallah. Sorry? Okay. Last question, guys. Last question. We just want to not to be the what's this then? Where did you get this? Because this is the mosque. They put QR code and my group. Subhanallah. But is these people in the mosque or outside the mosque or in different country or? It's about women. Okay. Okay, does a woman who has no father is passed away or no brother and she's unmarried have to pay zakat on what she is earning? Is it obligatory for her? Okay, sister, zakat, if you are adult and you have a money, you have to pay zakat. Either you are married, not married, your father is there, your brother is there. Regardless all of this, there's no connection here. If you are adult and you have a money and the conditions of zakat are there, you have to pay zakat. Either you are married, not married, your father is there, brother is there, it doesn't matter. Zakat is related to the money itself. Will anyone be answering these questions, dear Muslims? What's this? Okay. There's some dangerous question here. Okay, inshallah, next time, inshallah. We realize that some people, they send them the questions during the group chat, not the mosque. So I'll try to deal with it next week. But from now, for all the sisters, when they come to the mosque, there is a barcode. You just send the question from that. It will come to me straight away in this mobile phone, inshallah.